DJ Dog.
Tyson Fury is Britain's next big heavyweight hope. At nearly 6 feet 9 inches tall, he's knocked out all 7 opponents so far. Tonight he faces his first real test against English champion John Mcdermott. Experienced, tough and skillful. Can he impress on home soil? We are live from Essex tonight as John Mcdermott defends his English heavyweight title against a man who's really been making headlines, the exciting 21-year-old Tyson Fury.
You know, you're a fighter. You came into the world fighting June 1988. You're born 7 weeks premature. You know, it's been well documented. You died 3 times during childbirth. You know, your first battle was for life. So you know, it seems you're always destined to be a fighter.
You know, I think it was always on the cards for me, really. I do believe it's destiny for me, and I know you can talk a lot to like get press and all that, but I don't need to do that anymore because I'm a big name in boxing now, so I don't need to tell any lies or anything. And I do believe it was my destiny to become a champion boxer because, like you say, I had that struggle at birth to survive and all that. I was always a weakling growing up and all that, and very thin and whatever, bullied and all that sort of stuff. And my name was Tyson. I had 3 other brothers. They're not called Tyson, they're not boxers. And why me? So when you knit it all together, it does sort of think, well, it's supposed to be. And here I am today boxing.
And you know, as a kid, what was you like as a kid? Was you know, your dad? You come from a boxing family. Your dad was a boxer. Your uncles are all boxers, like say your cousins and that. You know, as a kid, did you feel like you was going to box or? No,
have you ever? I don't know if you know about dogs, like, but the only way I could explain myself is like a young pit bull. Yeah, they're scared of their own shadow. That's what I was. I was timid as anything. A Jack Russell could make me run away, type of thing. If you know what I mean. I wasn't a fighter, if you know what I mean. I was just a tall, gangly kid, and if you said boo to me, I'd cry. And once they get past that age of 2-year-old, they turn savage, don't they? So I think once I got to the age of like where I'd become a bit manly in myself, say 16, where I was getting punched in the face in the gym and not crying, I'm thinking, right, you're going to have it now. I think that's when it sort of broke, and that's when I knew I was going to be a fighter. Because up until I was 14, I wasn't a fighter. I've been to the gym and had spars and stuff with like people in the boxing gym, but I never thought I'd box amateur because all my cousins like Opie and Chasey and all them were all boxers. But they started at like 9 years old, 8 and 9, 7 some of them. And my dad never had an amateur fight, so I always thought I'd just turn pro like he did. But I got to 14 and we've been looking for a local gym, me and my brother Shane. And there was a young lad there and he said, oh, there's a gym in Wythenshawe. We said, nah, there's not a gym in Wythenshawe, or else we'd know about it, because we only live 2 miles up the road. He said, definitely. He said, it's called Ringway Boxing Club. I said, right, take us here then. 6 o'clock, he said. I said, you take us here now then. I said, so anyway, we walked down to the gym. It was 2.5 mile walk there. Gets there, and Jimmy Egan, that's when I first met Jimmy Egan and Steve. And we was outside in a big playground in Ringway Primary School. And I was running around the playground with like the kids at the beginning. I was like tall, 6'5" at 14, and they noticed me straight away, if you know what I mean, like the way I was running for an heavyweight and so tall and whatever. And they said, have you ever boxed before? And I said no, but my dad has. And he knew me dad because years before that, my dad was sparring down there with Jimmy Kelly years ago. And so they knew me dad from then, when it was Ben Chill down at the Ben Chill pub at the roundabout. And so they knew who I was, but they never knew I boxed or anything, which I didn't. So went there a few times, played outside with the kids and messing around. And then Steve said, right, come on, you've been up level to the boxing side of it. So I thought that was great. And then they got the certificate saying I passed me boxing like basics. Yeah. I had to throw a jab and a 1-2 and all that. And you know, I was a part of something for the first time ever. And I always like wanted to prove that I could do it, if you know what I mean. It was like a chip on my shoulder that I always was told that we couldn't box, if you know what I mean. I think my dad was like a mental psychology person with the kids. If you said you couldn't do it, I'd go and do it, if you know what I mean. So I think that's what his aim was in life, to say, like, you couldn't do that, so I'd go out and prove that I could.
Heavyweight sensation Tyson Fury's a young man in a big hurry.
I do believe I can be the best in the world and world heavyweight champion, so just need to prove it.
But has Fury jumped the gun, picking a fight with big bad John McDermott after just 7 contests?
I'm the man, the chump.
To be honest, the worst thing he's done is call me McMuffin. That's the worst thing he's done. So I've trained like a maniac. You know, I've lived in an hole for 6 weeks, get away from my family, I've done nothing but train. So it's the worst thing he's done was to call me that.
The man, the McMuffin. I know I've been giving him a lot of stick saying he's a big man and all that, but it's a big step up compared to the lads I've been fighting, so we'll see if they're the real deal or not.
Despite the bravado, there's certainly pressure on Fury's broad shoulders in his first top-of-the-bill fight.
This fight it's everything to me, really. It's not just an English title fight, it's my life, really. And if I don't feel like I knock someone out or I put them down on the canvas, then I've disappointed everybody.
McDermott's fought in a much higher class and was considered unlucky not to dethrone British champion Danny Williams in their first meeting.
And John McDermott suddenly turns us all around. What a barrage! Dave Barrett's taking it close now.
Look, man, I went 24 rounds with Danny Williams, one of the biggest punches in Britain, never shook me once.
McDermott's British class and I'm world class, so that's the difference.
So will Fury's knockout run continue, or will McDermott bring him back down to earth with a bang?
I'm going to push him, I keep pushing him until I burst him.
Going to give him what for? We'll put him into retirement, I think.
Smiling assassin there, Tyson Fury. Glenn, can he live up to the hype?
You know, if confidence is anything to go by, you've got to give him a really good chance, because he really believes in himself. And for somebody so inexperienced, so young, to be saying what he's saying, he's got to back it up.
How much have we learnt about him so far, Johnny?
Very confident, very cocksure of himself. He's got a mischievous thing about him. He's young, but he believes in himself. I've sparred with him before. He will not be pressured into doing anything he doesn't want to do in sparring. And this is just recently.
What does he do well, Glenn?
You know, he's got a very good jab. You've got to respect his size. It's a great start, but he's also athletic with that size, so he uses his jab. He can punch well to the body for a big man. So, you know, he's got all the tools.
How big a test is it, though, against John McDermott?
This is a massive test. Fury's only had done 60 rounds. McDermott's done 125 professional rounds. He knows he's mixed it at top domestic level.
Yeah, McDermott unlucky not to be a British champion.
No, you know, this is it's a massive jump for Fury. McDermott is a good fighter who can box, who can punch, and we'll find out if Tyson Fury's the real deal.
He seems up for this as well. Confidence has been an issue with him.
Confidence has been an issue, but I'd be insulted, I'd be frustrated that they're putting a young man in of 7 fights, 7 wins against a man of 30 fights.
So who will win? Will it be John McDermott? Will it be Tyson Fury?
I mean, straight away he was finding the range. We thought it may have taken him a few rounds to get close. That was a little bit of badness at the end of the opening round. Thankfully the referee kept it under control. But the right hands were landing. I mean, all the way at this stage in the fight, I felt Mcdermott was the one producing the quality. I complimented Fury several times when what he was showing, said he would come again, but, well, it's turned out in his favour tonight. His jabs were good, although some of them weren't really powerful jabs, they were more like flicks. And how often was he out-jabbed by the shorter man? The right hand worked a treat all the way through. I mean, this is the quality that we saw all the way through from Mcdermott, which we didn't really see all that often from Fury. We saw character a couple of times, Mcdermott turning his back there, just after he's maybe made a mistake with his balance. But no, I can't make a case. I can make a case for him tightening things up points-wise, but not for Tyson Fury winning this.
All journalists at ringside, Jim, agree with you by whatever margin that McDermott should have won that fight. It was a terrific battle, both deserve praise, but was it controversial?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 pulsating rounds, your referee Terry O'Connor scores the contest 98 points to 92 in favour of your winner from Manchester and new English heavyweight champion Tyson Fury.
98-92 by 6 points. That is extraordinary.
Mcdermott only won 2 rounds in that 10-rounder.
John McDermott's going straight out of the ring.
Does he have the names mixed up, Adam? I cannot explain that, I'm sorry.
What a strange card from Terry O'Connor. Fury's unbeaten though and celebrates.
Well, we'll be talking to Tyson Fury in just a couple of minutes' time. There's a reaction from a shocked Glenn McCrory and Johnny Nelson. We'll also hear from David Hay. We mark the return of Floyd Mayweather. John McDermott on points. We can hear from Tyson Fury right now, talking to Ed Robinson.
Tyson, you got the win, you got the verdict. Did you deserve it?
Yeah, I deserved it, yeah. I worked very hard for that. I had to dig so deep for that. John McDermott was a lot harder than I thought he'd ever be. All credit to him, but I thought I worked the hardest throughout the fight and I deserved to win.
He feels he won it. Do you have sympathy for him?
No, not really. He's going to think he's won it on his own show in his hometown. He caught me with a few right hands over the top and a few body shots, but he was trying to maul in close, really. That was about it. And I was the one working, so I deserved the verdict. And if he wants a rematch, let's get it on.
That was only your 8th fight. Did you show some inexperience there this evening?
Well, an 8 fight, what can you expect? I showed enough to win against a veteran of 30 fights, an English heavyweight champion. So it's just up bigger and better things from now on. And like I say, if John McDermott wants it again, let's get it on again. I'll stop him next time.
What did you learn in there this evening?
I learnt 10 threes is hard from a step up from 4 rounds. And you just got to work. I showed grit and determination. Just got on with it, got it with a few shots, but got on with my job and won the fight. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm happy with the outcome.
And you actually want to fight him next?
I'll fight him next, no problem. Right here again. No problem. I got much better. That was just a little chip off the block, really. I didn't get nothing going. It was an off night for me, but I still managed to get the better of John McDermott on the night. All issues go to John McDermott. What can I say?
John McDermott, what can
he is a good fighter, John McDermott. He's a tough man. He's awkward. He comes in to fight, and he's a war horse. Anyone who wants to fight John McDermott is going to get a tough fight.
Well done tonight. Finally, John McDermott and Tyson Fury have their rematch. 9 months after their first ferocious battle was overshadowed by referee Terry O'Connor's controversial scoring.
98-92 by 6 points. That is extraordinary.
I still think it's one of the worst decisions I've ever witnessed in boxing. I suffered a heart attack at ringside, so I don't think it can get any more controversial than that.
Fury had been the much-hyped favourite. Young, hard-hitting, unbeaten and always outspoken. But his pre-fight jibes only served to motivate the vastly more experienced McDermott.
So John landed the better shots, I landed more. Basically, what can you say? It's going to be a bigger fight, better fight this time. It's going to be more solid punches. I'm actually going to hit him this time, where I didn't last time, really.
All he's done is motivate me. I can't wait to get in the ring. But I can't wait to get into the gym, to get fit, have the fight on.
They've each made adjustments for the rematch. McDermott's joined respected trainer Jim McDonnell.
You'll see a fired up, skillful, speedy, agile, quick John McDermott.
While Fury's reunited with his uncle Hughie, a notable absentee from the corner last September.
You will see something different on the night, yes, definitely. He's going to show you things that heavyweights normally don't do.
The return's scheduled for 12 rounds. And following the outcry last time, there'll be 3 judges at ringside tonight, although both fighters claim they won't be needed.
It's going to be plenty of fireworks, plenty of action.
I want to get in there, I want to fight to the end.
Top of the show, guys. I said you were shocked by the result last time. How badly was John McDermott robbed?
Very, very unfair for McDermott. He's the best I'd ever seen him perform. He said he lost it on the last 2 rounds. I thought he won it. I thought he won it well.
See Jim McDonnell alongside him this time. Will that make a big difference?
Well, you know, he's somebody that'll motivate him. He's somebody that'll get him going, but I don't know if he needs any motivation. You saw how fired up he was last time. He's going to go and give it all he can. He thinks in his mind he can beat Tyson Fury.
What did he do well that night?
He pressured him. He nullified Fury's jab, walked him down, countered with his own right hands over the top, took control of the place, took the centre of the ring. The difference between that fight and this one will be the true power behind the phone, and that's Jim McDonnell motivating him to believe in himself and keep the pressure.
You know, I think the problem there was really Fury. Fury at that time was really getting hyped up, and I think he's starting to believe his own hype. And I think this time, this is the best thing that could have happened to Tyson Fury. And I think you'll see a different fighter. And I think this time he will look far better and get a good win.
Do you think that was as good as McDermott gets?
Physically, yes, but it's about self-confidence, and that's why I think Jim McDonnell will make a massive difference. But for Fury will make the mistake of now thinking about what he's doing and taking his time and the pace.
At 30, John McDermott can't get any better. 21-year-old Tyson Fury is. He's going to get better and better.
He underperformed massively that night, didn't he, Glenn?
Yeah, he did. You know, I just think he got carried away by the whole hoo-ha of himself, you know, and now he's got to fight.
You two are split on how this is going to go, aren't you?
I love Fury to death, but I think John McDermott knows a bit too much, and he's got a very clever guy in his corner.
He's a really nice guy, John McDermott, but I think the future's Tyson Fury.
The officials appointed for this contest by the British Boxing Board of Control, your steward in charge, John Handler, your medical officer, Dr. Ian White, your timekeeper is Bob Edgeworth, your judges at ringside are Richie Davis of All Hallows in Kent, Howard Foster of Doncaster, and Victor Laughlin from Paisley. When the action begins, the third man in the ring will be your referee, Dave Parrish from Leeds. This contest is presented by Frank Maloney in association with proud sponsors CYC, Southwark Metals, StanJames.com, Red Square Vodka, and BBE Britannia Boxing. And now Fight Nights live on Friday Fight Night on Sky Sports HD. This is your eagerly anticipated main event. 12 3-minute rounds of boxing for the vacant English heavyweight title and a final eliminator for the British heavyweight title. Introducing firstly in the red corner wearing the gold trunks with black trim. He fights out of Manchester and weighs in at 19 stone, 4 pounds. He brings an undefeated 10-win career record. 8 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome Tyson Fury. We go across the ring to his opponent wearing the white trunks with blue trim. Fighting out of the blue corner, he comes from Horndon and weighs in at 18 stone, 2 pounds. He enters the ring with 25 wins, 16 of those wins coming by way of knockout against only 6 defeats. Please welcome Big John McDermott. This is 12 3-minute rounds of boxing. Boxers, please.
I spoke to you both in the dressing room, boys. You know what I expect of you. Keep it clean, and when I tell you to break, step back and defend yourself at all times. Shake hands, boys. Good luck to you both.
Talk in the trade has raged since September last year. Did Tyson Fury deserve Terry O'Connor's nod? What of that 98-92 scoreline in the Manchester fighters' favour? Was John McDermott wronged? All out of the window. Now we'll find out who has learned more.
I think he looked at, you know, a little bit jittery, but that was just, he was thinking about every punch that he threw. And, you know, remember, he's very, very young, but it was an excellent start. And they'd obviously thought about what they had to do to stop John McDermott getting into the fight right from the start, and they did it. It was perfect.
The advantage to Fury was he had that speed, that awkward youth speed, so he's snapping him with the counter shots, nice flurry shots from head to body, nice movement, used his height, used his reach, and McDermott seemed plodding, he seemed to struggle. But then
it looked like the fight had been taken out of McDermott. It looked as if he didn't fancy it.
That's right, and I'm thinking, is he trying to wait? Is he just trying to give him the first half of the fight? But then Tyson Fury gets his second win, so he gets a little bit tired. McDermott gets a bit of a mouthful from Jim McDonough in the corner to G him up. So for 2 rounds, it kind of worked.
And I think the heat was starting to really take its toll. You know, they had to give him a lot of water. You know, and it was starting to get a little bit panicky for him, and he was starting to hold, he was starting to grab on. That's when he got the warning, the cut.
This is the cheerleading from Jim McDonough to McDermott to put the pressure on him. He cut him, he put him under pressure. He had him breathing heavy, he had him complaining when he went back to the corner. So it started to work for him. The fight started to fall his way, but then eventually, when Tyson Fury just got a little bit of success, he started to come back with a bit of pressure, but he lost points because he was holding.
When he needed to dig deep, though, he did dig deep in rounds 8 and 9.
You know, I think in the first fight we saw something good about Tyson Fury in that, you know, he's got plenty heart, he's got a good chin, and, you know, he's got perseverance. We saw he's got the desire. We saw from the end the emotion, how much he wanted, and I think
it's been an extraordinary week in sport. Slovakia outlasting Italy, and that tennis match between Nicholas Mahut and John Isner that went to 70-68 in the final set. Is this just another one where it's the last man standing?
Well, McDermott must know now he has a mountain to climb. A slow start on the floor, OK, the points deduction will help a bit, but he must know he has to go for this.
Right hand from Mcdermott, there's a goal, but a countering shot from Fury, and Mcdermott down for the second time and a heavier fall. And so much time left in the round.
They both landed precisely at the same time, but Fury's was the punch with the power behind it. He's looking to the corner now, but a far happier man.
But Mcdermott straight back into him, an uppercut, right hand, down he goes! Will he get up again? John Mcdermott, he'll try desperately hard to, looks at his corner. Skelton had him over 4 times now, Fury 3 times, and it is over! And it is Tyson Fury's night. This time he does get it right, with skills, heart, commitment, and in the end power. And John Mcdermott is stopped here in a dramatic fight.
Oh, you have to hand it to Fury. He didn't always look as though he had 100% fancied it. He had a funny look on his face at times, but when the time came to show the true grit a champion requires to stay a champion and become a better champion, he showed that. Tremendous. There was always snap on his punches. He was always coming back with something, even at times when he was looking over to the corner looking as though he'd lost heart. But he always had something to come back with, and that's been the difference between the two of them.
Jim, he needed this so much, didn't he? He had to dig deep, and deep he went.
Yeah, well, John Mcdermott must have known after the first 3 rounds he needed a massive effort, a massive change, but he couldn't bring that about, and he kept walking on to the shots. They both landed shots there, but the real powerful shot came from Fury. And when you're so tired at this stage in such a grueling fight under this temperature, you don't have the energy to take punches like that and recover from them. These kind of punches at this stage in this kind of fight drain you, and there's no way back from that. Full credit to Mcdermott. He got back up again, tried to continue after the second knockdown, but the legs weren't there, and the referee Dave Parris didn't even have to think about it. The fight was over. Congratulations, tremendous performance from Tyson Fury. Stuck in there that little bit longer when it counted.
No controversy, no conspiracy, Fury tonight, 9.5 months on. It's a clinical finish and a wonderful night for the Manchester heavyweight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time, 1 minute and 8 seconds of the 9th round. Mcdermott having been stopped and being in no position to continue. Your winner and English heavyweight champion, still undefeated from Manchester, Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury regains his title. We'll be talking to him in a couple of minutes' time. We'll get reaction from Johnny Nelson and Glenn McCrory. Stay with us because there's Nigel Benn and Steve Collins looking ahead to prize fight of the super middleweights. We'll also bring you news of the draw for that show on Wednesday night and more heavyweight action, including Larry Olubamiwo, the War Machine, looking for yet another knockout victory. Here, Tyson Fury regains his English heavyweight title, knocking John Mcdermott down 3 times and eventually stopping him in the 9th round. We can hear from him now ringside with Ed Robinson.
Great knockout in the end. How happy are you with the performance overall?
Well, I'm really happy. First four rounds was getting behind the job. The heat in here is, oh, I don't want to swear, but it's very, very, very hot. And after that, I was really knackered. My legs was getting tired. My body was tired, but there's something in my head saying, Tyson Fury ain't going to quit here, because...
You never felt sorry for yourself?
I never felt sorry for myself. I knew that I have that power to knock him out. And all credit to John Mcdermott again. I said I'd come back here and fight him in his own time again. And I'm only 21 and I'd done that. And there was a lot of things here against me tonight, and a lot of people thought I was going to lose. So I just want to say to my dad, I love him, and I hope I've done him proud. He tried to win this title against a good man, Henry Ackerman. They're so emotional right now. But this title's for him, the British Eliminator. And I want to tell all my family I love them.
Tell us how much this win means to you.
For believing in me, get me the fights.
No sparring at all.
Are you ready for the British title next?
1 fight in 10 months.
I've got to get this hand done because I've burnt my hand in about the 5th round. But after that, I want everybody. I want them all. Every heavyweight in this country, because I know I can do it. I've had about 8 rounds of sparring, my brother Shane there. He's helped me with this fight. He's done as much as he can. He's 25 stone. My little cousin Phil's 11 stone. That's all I've had. And I've had Paul Butlin. And a Russian come over, but he was no good. But I want to say to Paul, thanks very much. He's a really, really good mate. I just want to say, look,
well done, Tyson. Well done.
Thanks very much.